Right, 16 August 2025, and today I'm joined by a special guest, Nkoma Traore. How are you doing?
I'm well, thank you, Comrade Gambakwe. How are you?
Oh, fantastic. I'm so happy to be having you again here on our weekly discussions as you give clarity on everything that you do on your platform. Your channel is one of the most popular channels and consistent in Zimbabwe. What has been happening this week? What have you been dealing with on your channel?
Now, the issue that I would like to talk about is the presence of Tagwirei at the National Heroes Acre. Most people would have wanted to know how come we saw the men there rubbing shoulders with everyone there. And I would like to say, people need to understand something. Tagwirei is a ZANU PF member. You cannot take that away from him. That's the political party that is decided to align with. And also, that one now is a program which is open to everyone. And Tagwirei is not a type of person that you would see going to sit in the public places. Obviously, he's a business person. We cannot deny that fact. But now, the issue is, the issue with the people is, does it mean that him being in the tent, rubbing shoulders with other ZANU PF heavyweights, does it mean that he's qualified to be in the Central Committee? And I would like to say, no. It does not work like that. General Chiwenga still stands on the decision which is made to take him out of the Central Committee meeting. And there is a certain procedure which people must follow. And that procedure is not yet given light to the admission of Tagwirei into the Central Committee. And therefore, the people have been engaging in media propaganda, trying to peddle lies, parading Tagwirei as a Central Committee member. And we've seen people like Tagwirei Kandishaya, the one in the youth executive. Those are one of the people that have been assigned on a campaign to try and spread the news that Tagwirei has been admitted into the Central Committee. And also he was gifted a Toyota Fortuner, just like what Gananda have been doing. I think you saw that with Wicknell. He's busy giving Warakashi GD6s, and the same thing happened to youth executive members like Tagwirei Kandishaya. He was gifted with a Toyota Fortuner. You see, so that propaganda does not hold water, because Tagwirei does not have the experience and what it takes for him to be admitted into the Central Committee. Yes, they might be splashing money, giving people like Kandishaya and many others, Afia, there's one lady called Afia, Christine Charumbira, and all those people. But it will not work.
Okay, so let's unpack what you just said. So you said this meeting, so this is the National Heroes Acre. You are seeing Tagwirei here. You are seeing a lot of other people that are connected to ZANU PF, and they are also seeing in the same tent. So this is the same tent, the military, General Chiwenga, Mini, the wife, all these people are here. And they are saying this does not mean he is accepted as a Central Committee member. It's just that he is a businessman and they can't make him sit with the public.
Obviously, if I'm a millionaire and then I decide to go to the Heroes Acre, I assist the party here and there, they are not going to let me sit where the masses are, the public is. Obviously, I'll go there as a dignitary. So I'll definitely sit in the tent. But there's something that people need to see, that all those that are aligned to the Zigananda faction went and interacted with Tagwirei and spoke for a bit of some minutes. Something which did not happen with those that are of the other faction, those that are standing for the rightful constitution of the party, those that are there to rekindle the patriotic flame, whereby we're saying the country is headed towards the wrong direction and we need to bring it back on track. How? By dealing with corruption and all those that are engaging with it. And these are people like Tagwirei. The vice president or Chris Mnangagwa is not even hiding. People like Tagwirei have contributed to the economic growth in the country. People like Chris Muchangwa have always been talking about that. And I'm sure you could see with the utterances of Comrade Manizi that is not being polite to such people. You could even see Tungwarara going to kneel by his godfather there. Thank you so much. He is speaking a word or two to Tagwirei, why he's the godfather of corruption. And these are where all of these people are getting the money from, where they are moving around, splashing all over provinces, saying this is a presidential scheme, whatever, which is utter nonsense.
Okay, so I think you are clear. What you have said is very clear. This was a national event. Tagwirei went there as a private individual, and
yes,
Vice President General Chiwenga did not engage with him. Only those people who are aligned to the corrupt faction and engaged with him. Now, let's unpack what is going to happen within the next 2 weeks. The ZANU PF Central Committee sits once a month, sorry. Is that correct, that they sit once a month?
Yes, yes.
So what do we expect in this next month? What have you heard about what is going to happen to Tagwirei?
Tagwirei is not going to be invited into the Central Committee. He will not be admitted into the Central Committee. Why? Because we are talking about a person who is influencing, who's trying to usher in a certain kind of politics which is not progressive. And mind you, he is coming in place to safeguard the empire of Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. This is the preferred candidate who they know they've got guarantee of continuity in engaging in corrupt activities. Now, look at what happened with the Harare City Council. There was an it was exposed that a certain amount of money was paid, I think 1.7 million. This amount of money was paid to fossil construction. And also, you would find that this company has got roots also. It's one of the self companies that he gives to his runners to engage in businesses in stealing taxpayers' money. So they want to see these things continuing to happen. And we are saying ZANU PF is not for sale. This is why General Chiwenga is speaking about equality and fair distribution of wealth. Just because we cannot, the country has to keep on producing millionaires because Zimbabwean people are very entrepreneurial. But what use is it when opportunities are just given to a small cartel, a small clique of people whose wealth grows in millions into millions by the day?
All right, I get it. So I think that topic is covered. You obviously dealt with this. What other topics were you dealing with? We saw the young soldier, young police officer. Simbarashe Mandizvidza, did you deal with this topic?
Yes, I did touch base into it. Now, what people need to understand is this guy is representing a certain group of people within the uniformed forces of Zimbabwe. The disgruntlement, is expressing the disgruntlement which people are constantly going through, where issues needs to be addressed, which are being ignored within the uniformed forces.
Okay, but what's your view on this being done from the police? Is that normal? Is there something else going on? What have you heard?
Definitely, we've got two classes of people within the police force. We've got those that are at the top and those who are at the bottom. And those that are at the bottom are not in agreement with what Mutamba and his crew at the top are doing. Just because if they were moving in the same vein, this guy would not come out, would not make a presser blasting Mutamba. The whole point of saying I'm taking over from Mutamba is because most of these junior officers feel that these people are not in it to save the country, but rather to line their pockets, and thereby in the process expressing his disgruntlement. So Mutamba and his top administration guys, they're exposed.
Okay, so let us conclude. Where are we going? Where are we right now? Give us a map, because it was clear when Darageza was speaking where we were. Now there's confusion. Where are we?
I cannot really say there's confusion. Why do I say so? At the National Heroes Acre, at the Heroes Acre and the Defense Forces program, something which had never happened before happened, whereby we saw the whole country standing up, everyone who was in the stadium standing up and singing the song of Ziradzema Soldier. Mnangagwa, whenever he would present, he would sing. You'd hear this soundtrack playing in the background, Ziradzema Soldier, Zekusbata Nazo. And the message was, whatever that has been taken from the masses through corrupt means must be returned back to the people. And the army stands as the protector of the people. They uphold the constitution, meaning to say that the song of Nziradzema Soldier has become an anthem, or rather a measuring stick of integrity. Therefore, the Ziganandas have been found wanting. So it's a clear message from the army in support of Mnangagwa and General Chiwenga that the day to deal with the Zigananda is fast approaching, and therefore they have to be ready. And I'm sure you can confirm with the look on Mnangagwa's face, him and his wife and other Ziganandas, they were equally surprised that what is happening here. So the message has been given. The message has been given to people loud and clear, but unfortunately, our people take time to pick these things. So General Chiwenga and the army and Mnangagwa, Comrade Chris Muchangwa, they are speaking the same message of let's deal with these Ziganandas. So in the near future, now this is where the question is now, that we cannot separate Zigananda from Emmerson Mnangagwa because he's the kingpin of these people. So we cannot say Zigananda must be dealt with leaving out Emmerson Mnangagwa because he's failed to come back on track. We've been echoing these same sentiments that Mnangagwa needs to do things right. He needs to deal with corruption. He needs to stop nepotism and engaging in a kleptocratic way, and he's not been listening to people. Actually, he's been rubbing salt in people's wounds that he's an arrogant guy. He doesn't listen to people. He doesn't care about what people think. So definitely his day of judgment is also fast approaching because he's failed to separate himself from this cabal. By rubbing salt in people's faces that he's coordinating Uganda. So definitely Mnangagwa will be dealt with. No two ways about it. The guy just has to go like what Mnangagwa said. We're just waiting for a signal.
Okay, I get it. And I think people have understood it. And this was our summary for this week. Today, Mnangagwa is handing back the SADC chairmanship. He has already traveled to Madagascar. What is your view on this? Is anything going to happen after the SADC chairmanship is handed over?
Definitely Mnangagwa will go. No two ways about it. I'll say this 1,000 times without a worry. Mnangagwa is on his way out because he's disassociated himself from the masses. No one in Zimbabwe wants him anymore. So it's just a matter of time, but the guy is definitely going to go.
Okay, fantastic. Is there anything else you want to say before we close for this week? What can we expect from your platform? Is there anything else happening?
Now, or what I would like to address, or rather, is war veterans need to continue speaking out. They cannot just watch while General Chiwenga is being attacked. One of the main reasons why he's being attacked is speaking on behalf of the war veterans that something needs to be done to their welfare. They need to live better lives. These people played a very, very big and a pivotal role, and therefore the lives that they live must change. They need to live better lives and not live at the mercy of Zigananda. So they must join the revolution and also speak against Zigananda and what Emmerson Mnangagwa and his cabal are doing.
Thank you very much, Comrade Traore. People can contact you as usual on your numbers if they want to talk to you and if they want to join your platform. We appreciate everything that you're doing and all the work and updates that you give us. Unfortunately, last week, we were unable to reach agreement with the lawyers. I approached the lawyers of Nyoka Mabunu regarding taking over the case. Unfortunately, we were unable to reach agreement. So for now, I'm going to just leave it in their hands because they are more interested in getting payment. So I know that you are aware that Nyoka Mabunu's asylum application was not done. The deadline was missed. So I don't know how we're going to approach it. I'm trying to find other ways. But taking over the case has now proven to be quite difficult.
The problem is we've got people like DJ Wally pushing an agenda. That will not help in any way now. Just because the problem with Wally is the reason why he's fighting you, he thinks that you will be getting the limelight for putting one and one together, working on the logistics, on the welfare and the court case of Comrade Nyoka Yamabunu. But you will be doing something which is good, because at the end of the day, what we want is the freedom of Comrade Nyoka Yamabunu. What you see is that for DJ Wally to be in charge and say he's the one that is supposed to be giving out information on what's on the whereabouts of Comrade Nyoka Yamabunu, when he doesn't have the views to do that. We need a platform which can reach most people. A platform which has got what it takes, which has stood the test of time, which everyone is always up to date with updates that are coming from there. So this is not something which is personal. Besides the issue of use, it's an issue of delivery.
Yeah, so
making yourself
what we're going to do, yeah, I really care about Nyoka Yamabunu. I don't want him to stay in jail. So we're going to try other methods to get him out. And I will be talking to you behind the scenes about other efforts that will make to get him out.
I had a conversation with Comrade Sarwaka, and we spoke at length. And definitely we will together give you feedback on what we would have agreed on. And we don't have a problem with you working and assisting to make sure that Comrade Nyoka Yamabunu goes out. You are very much attached to that case, even from the onset. And I feel you've been doing an excellent job. And you must therefore continue doing that. Well, as for the lawyers, they need to understand it's in plain sight that who is really genuine in regard to this issue. And we must not let petty issues come in the way.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much, Comrade Traore. Is there anything else you want to say before we close?
That's just about it. I think if there's anything, we'll just unpick it on the next program. And I would like to say thank you so much for also on the program.
Yeah, people can contact you on that number there on the screen to join your group, your channel.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Gambakwe. I highly appreciate it.
I'm so excited to see that you've passed 10,000 channel followers.
Yes. It's better. The numbers are growing. At least people are appreciating what we are doing as far as giving out information is concerned. We try and make sure that we give people that which is right. We don't say things to just make people excited. Then at the end of the day, nothing happens. No. That is not what we're supposed to do.
Thank you very much, sir. And I'll see you again next week.
Much appreciated, man. Thank you so much. And take great care.
All right, bye.